In this lecture we're going to talk about private places, hence the picture in the middle. To me this is private. To you it might be some silly slide that I've picked, but anyway, you're not going to know where they are. So it could be over here. This could be a private place. It depends on how you view it. What is a private place? What isn't? As we go through the lecture, you'll find out that a private place can be something really, really ornate. And it can be something technical. It can be anything really. Let's begin. Private places. What are private spaces? Private spaces are the places. I know it's a word conundrum today. So they can be disused flats. It's a private place. You don't know. Your self-harmer is using it. Nor does anyone else. Drug gangs use these disused flats to take drugs. That doesn't mean they're self-harmers. Let's make that 100% clear. This is probably somewhere that someone knows. Garages. Garages? Yeah, garage is a private place. It's not owned by you. It's not part of your house. It's not part of anything else. You found an old garage. There's a door there. You pull the door down. You open it up. Commit self-harm, and off you go. It's a private space. You probably wouldn't have thought that 2 minutes ago. Tunnels. Tunnels. How many times have you walked along? Once. Riverside or whatever, and you come along a little tunnel and everything else. It goes underneath the actual waterway, and there's a walkway in there. These spaces are spaces that can be used to self-harm. They're private places. These people know what they're looking for. It may go under that tunnel, and there's a bit that goes in slightly. I know, I'll step in, self-harm, and if it's dark, you're not even going to know they're there. You can just completely walk straight past them along that same path. That is a private space. Now, if someone comes home suddenly cut and you think to yourself, what did happen? What's the first thing you do? You answer the question. You've hurt yourself. Obviously you shouldn't be too shocked. How did it happen? Where were you? All these questions. If a self-harmer uses a private space or a private place to self-harm, they're not going to tell you where it is. So don't keep pushing the question, because you won't get the answer. You can try de-scaling methods. Some people can go out and say, I'm going out jogging. I see them all the time. This is adults, mainly, and they'll go out, they'll jog around, they'll come home, and they're cut somehow. Oh, what happened? I tripped over. If it happens 3 months again down the line, it could be a pattern. And this pattern, as we've known, comes on again and again and again. This person may not be able to approach you because you are someone they love. But you might be able to find someone who could speak to them. Before you approach any question and ask the question, are you self-harming, which you should never do, never say, are you? That's the worst thing in the world. You could say, is there any problems at work? Is there any stresses? You know? They may have a history of self-harm. You may have married them, or went out with them for some period of time. You don't know their past. So you should not assume. Never assume. And this is the thing. We should never ever assume anyone will self-harm because they've done it once. Anyway. If it does happen and they come back continually time and time again, it could well be that you are dealing with a self-harm. One other thing. If it's another one, don't follow them. Don't find out where they're going. It makes no difference. It's not going to stop them from self-harming. Because then maybe you follow them and they think, I have this presence, I know someone's around me. I won't do it today. I'll do it another day. And you can follow them the whole week and nothing will happen. So your suspicions have not been proven. You will then go back, you will sit down, you will relax. 3 weeks later, they come up with another cup. That's when you realise that maybe they may have known you were following them in the first place. One little study of inpatients in psychiatric services, private places. Women are more likely to use private places to self-harm. This may include the home. When we come onto the home, you will realise that there are certain spaces that people have, that they want. It could be the bedroom, it could be anywhere really. We'll come on to that in the next lecture. But we have to realise that private spaces do exist, and they can vary from one self-harm to the next. One may prefer to use the tunnel, one may prefer to use a disused flat. One may actually use the attic in your house. And they could even go to the events where they've actually done the whole attic up to make it look like they're doing something else, when in actual fact they're up there self-harming. I've seen cases where someone has turned that attic into something that's stupendous, it's unbelievable, the things that they put in there. Put the roof, windows in and everything else. I'm looking at the stars. I'm interested in the stars. Sometimes there's no pictures of the stars at all. You go, oh, where's the pictures? Could well be that you're dealing with someone who's self-harming. But they just found a way for you not to know. Because they're very clever. Self-harmers are clever. They will go to great lengths for self-harm. As we mentioned in the disdain lecture, there are certain things you can do and certain things you shouldn't do. Always be approachable. Try and think of some places you would consider private. Maybe you have seen someone going places that you did not know that they visited. That's weird. What's he going there for? Remember, do not follow. It's counterproductive. You're not going to get anywhere with it. And yet, the act of self-harm will not happen that day. It will happen sometime in the future. Guaranteed. I guarantee that right now. If you follow someone, they will know you are there. They look for these things all the time. They're there for one purpose and one purpose only in private places, and that is to self-harm. And they will make sure that you don't know anything about their private place. Anything. Remember that the intentions of a self-harmer will not change if you do anyway. They won't change. I'm guaranteeing you this 100%. No matter what you do, it will not change them doing it. The best way of helping is to make sure you are there to talk to. Remember, as we've mentioned before, if you're available to talk to, they will talk to you. Don't be judgmental. Don't ever say, oh, you shouldn't do that, because that is not right. Remember, keep an open mind. Always keep an open mind. If they are coming out on a regular basis, once every 3 months, and they come home, it may be that they have a private place. And private places can be anything. Private places can also be considered public spaces. Look at your park, places like that. Right? Example of a space where they self-harm. It's not in your house. It's private, but it's also public. One concern and worry about this is if anyone else sees them do the act. A self-harmer will go to great lengths to make sure that no one sees. And I mean no one sees. The notion of private is that these are personal to your self-harm. They are private spaces. They are private places. They have to be considered. Because I can guarantee you, once we come on to other lectures in this module, you will find that there is more spaces and places that you would never ever dream of where someone could self-harm. Thanks for listening.